What's up, YouTube? As you know, man, anyone who follows From Last Speech channel knows that I deal with Philadelphia Eagles and 76ers, but I am a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan since I was a young buck. And with the events of what happened that transpired last night with The Rock and Cody, I have to voice an opinion on this because I'm seeing all over the place people upset and Cody, are upset at what's happening with Cody Rhodes, poor Cody Rhodes, The Rock getting all this backlash and all that kind of stuff because of Cody Rhodes' story. And frankly, I don't quite get it. I guess this is the way I look at it. Listen, think about both parties. If all you're thinking about is Cody Rhodes and what's happened with Cody Rhodes' story since coming to here from AEW and everything like that, then I get it. But think about Roman Reigns. If you think about both parties, what does this story do for Roman Reigns? Like Cody winning a belt. Just think about it. And let's be for real. I don't think y'all guys are really thinking, okay? Who's the guy that's been carrying this business for the last 3, 4, 5 years? Cody Rhodes or is it Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns is the guy that's been carrying SmackDown, WWE, if you will, for the last 4 or 5 years. His storyline with the bloodline has been the most dominant storyline, arguably, forever, right? So we need to have a conclusion for Roman Reigns that makes sense, more so than Cody Rhodes that makes sense. Now, I get the storyline with the Cody Rhodes and the Cody Rhodes fans. I get it. Listen, I was a Dusty Rhodes fan. I go back that far. But if you think about what's best, number one, for business ultimately, I mean, y'all going to sit here and some of y'all crying. I don't get it, right? But if you think about Cody Rhodes' storyline, he should have beat Roman last year. If that's what they were going to do, they were going to give him a belt, right? Should have beat him last year. What is the point of going on 2 years, 2 times at Mania? And the bloodline thing, I think what's happening with Roman Reigns is more important. First off, when he was big dog and nobody was really feeling that for the most part, and then he went heel, and this became prime Roman. This is the best version of him that we could get, we can imagine. And he done beat everybody, the John Cena's, the Brock Lesnar's, everybody's thrown at him. The guy to put him in place, the guy to upseat him, or at least humble him, is The Rock, because it's all about the bloodline, about the Usos. That's the better story, because like Cody Rhodes, okay, it's all great for Cody Rhodes, but it does absolutely nothing for Roman Reigns. Now, I understand the other side of it, where some people believe, Roman could have just lost the belt, and then him and Rock could have done their own thing that's dealing with the storyline that has nothing to do with the belt. I get it, but it's a little too late for that right now. The reason this has been prolonged, the Rock and Roman thing, is because of Rock's schedule. If you don't understand that, I mean, it's too bad. That's life, bro. That's life. Rock is just the man. Rock right now is just probably the biggest star in Hollywood. If you got a problem with that, were you jealous of him? Like, Rock was holding down WWE during the whole Attitude Era and all that stuff. It's The Rock. It is what it is, right? I know me personally, I want to see what happens with this. I'm into the family thing. That's real drama that we can make. They can bring in Haku. They can bring in some of the Wild Samoans. They can bring all types of people in to weigh in on it. I want to see what happens with it. Because me, I go back to the 80s. I remember the Wild Samoans. I remember Haku. I remember all of them. So that's kind of what I want to see what happens with it. Right? That's much more of a compelling storyline for me. I mean, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe for some of y'all, I don't know, Cody Rhodes getting a belt is that big a deal. Now, I can get the way it was done wasn't the best. I understand that. I probably would have written it a little different where Cody himself wants to fight Seth Rollins for a reason. Like maybe Seth do something to him that causes a rift between him and Seth, where he wants to just kick Seth's ass. I can see that. Or maybe you change Cody's mindset, and Cody now not only wants the belt that Roman has, but he wants both belts. You know, I want that one and that one. You know, because the belt that Seth has, I believe, was once like the belt that Ric Flair had and Dusty Rhodes and all of that. So just change it into something like that. Now that I can understand, where I want that belt, I want to be undisputed, I want to have both. Make that his goal, and so you could hold off the Roman thing later. But I don't see a beef between him and Roman like that to make it that big a deal at WrestleMania, whereas with The Rock, that's a bigger deal. Now, I get it. Some of you people think, oh, The Rock is just going to leave right after WrestleMania, so whatever. Yeah, I get it. But so what, man? It's sports entertainment. It's not that big a deal. I know me personally. I want to see what happens with this family, man. You know, because I just think it would be just crazy to have Roman build up this whole storyline. He's a tribal chief. He's all of that stuff. And then it all falls to Cody Rhodes. To me, it just doesn't make sense. The only guy that can put him in his place is one of the bloodline. And who better than the real tribal chief of that family for real? The Rock. I'm just saying.